I was just bugging out because I was just thinking about how crazy the world system is and how it's designed to keep us stuck and broke, and how most people don't even realize, like, they'll argue and fight to keep the world system because they don't see, how it's damaging them. Like, ever since you were in actually preschool, because they started giving away preschool for free. Like, you can set your when a child turns 3 years old, they can start going to preschool because they needed the kids there early. See, the thing is, between the age of 0 and 7 years old, that's when you can be molded the most. You can be your brain. You haven't developed a what we call a conscious mind yet. So, or subconscious mind, or conscious mind. You just have a subconscious mind where only everything is automatically accepted into you. You just accept and believe everything. And so that's why they need you there as early as possible. So they created the daycare center. So, and they offered it for free for people to come in. And people think, oh, this is great. This government is giving us a free daycare, because daycare is expensive. I remember when my daughter started daycare, I was paying like $1,000 a week for her to go to daycare. It just was absolutely crazy. So when somebody offers you a free daycare, you see it as a plus. So you're like, oh my God, this is wonderful, free daycare. But the reason they're putting your child in daycare that early is because they want to start immediately programming them to think the way that you think. They want you to think. Now, if you sit there and say, well, they can't program you the way that you think, there's curriculums that all schools follow. So even if you homeschool your child and you attach your homeschooling with the curricula of the school, it's the same thing. You just homeschooling your child and brainwashing them at the same time. That's why you have to be careful about connecting yourself with stuff that seems good. It's because a lot of times stuff is, what seems good don't be all that good for you. But when you start school, they start, indoctrinating you the way they want you to think. Like, I was watching this video of these preschool kids now, and they had this person who was saying that they were a non-binary person, and they were telling the kids pretty much that there's no such thing as girls and boys anymore. It's just whatever you want to be. But that's indoctrination, because see, they can't come to a grown person who's haven't thought that way ever and start telling them that they have to become a pronoun and call themselves she, he, and they, and that they now men are women and women are men. See, if they tell a person who's lived a life, that you would say that's absolutely crazy. Get out of my face. That's craziness. And I don't even want to hear it. But if you tell a child from the time they're born, and that's the only thing they know, they're going to easily accept it. And they're going to think it's really, and that's the purpose of the public school system, is to indoctrinate everybody into thinking the way that they want you to think. They created education system for that purpose. They wanted people to work in their factories, and they couldn't get the average person to come to work in their factory because the average person had their own business, was creating money for their own families. And they're going to say, why would I give up money, my ability to create money for my family, to go work for your family so your family can make money? That makes no sense to me. So they created what they call a public school system so that they can indoctrinate the younger generation moving forward into thinking only about working for these few families that own everything in this world. And that's what we've been conditioned to do ever since then. So when we talk about a job, what we do is we talk about go to school to get a job. That's all. We go to school to get a job, and a job is something where you just are creating wealth for somebody else. And they make us do that from the time we're 18 or 21 up until we retire. And they make sure that you can't really retire before 60, 65, with 65 basically, because all the money that you saved in their banks and in their 401ks and in their whatever thing you put it in, they penalize you if you take it out before you reach 65 years old. So you're trapped. So after 65, then maybe you could possibly start living a life that you always wanted to live. That's how we're programmed. That's absolutely positively bananas. But people argue it down and say, oh, no, that's great. It's great. And when you start trying to show them ways to get out of that system, and the only way to get out of that system is to reprogram the ways you think, to start changing your mindset and start realizing that you can, own your own business. You can, create wealth for yourself and for your family. You don't have to wait to create wealth for somebody else while they just give you whatever, and at whatever time they feel like getting rid of you, they can. There's nothing that stops them from just stopping your livelihood. So you have to learn how to do something for yourself. That's pretty much it. And a lot of times when people talk to people about doing stuff for themselves, people get, oh, that's a scam. You're trying to scam me. That's a pyramid scheme. Like, absolutely, because they've been programmed. So you know what's the scam? The scam is to work till you're 65 years old for somebody else and grow their business. That's the scam. You know what the pyramid scheme is? When you have a CEO at a top of a company, and then they got directors under them and managers under them, and then regular employees under them. That's the pyramid scheme. That's the scheme. See, that's how the world is so upside down and backwards. Is when the things that's bad for us, we think is good, and things that's good for us, we've been told that it's bad. That's how you know it's a spiritual, because the demonic spirits is always backwards. Everything they do is upside down from the way it really is. But you can't convince a lot of people. A lot of people are so programmed into thinking that, the best thing is to go get a job and work for somebody else and to create wealth for that person and for that person's family. And they think they're creating something for themselves, but all they're really doing is paying their bills. But let me tell you, y'all, in a minute, it's going to get really hard for people to just pay their bills, because the bills is going to be going up, but this job that you have is not going to be increasing its pay towards you. It's just not. It can't. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and wait till they tell you what to do? Till they tell you what's a scam, what's not a scam? Till they tell you what's a pyramid scheme? Because they're never going to admit to you that they pulled the scam on you. That's the scam. You're working to build somebody else's wealth. That's the scam. They're not going to admit that. I mean, if you sit around waiting for them to tell you that, then you probably are a person that deserves to be squashed in this crazy recession that's already here. Really, it's already here. When you pay $9 for a carton of eggs, something ain't right. But you need to get yourself together and start making some extra money. You really do. I just don't want to see too many people like where I know they're about to take us. And if you don't start doing something right now, I mean, really right now, you're going to be in a bad situation. Don't let the indoctrination of the public school system keep you from really understanding finances and understanding how to work on your own, get your own stuff. The best way that I found, and I looked at a lot of ways, the best way I found is really trying to get some money working online, really, because you could work, still keep your job, but make some extra money by working online. It's a lot of stuff that you could do, work from home. It's a lot of things that you could do to make money. Things that I found to be one of the best things is to get into a business already set up, and all you got to do is promote products and get paid for it. If you're interested in something like that, I got a really great company that I just started with. A lot of people are really earning some really great money fast and easy. If you want to find out, you can go to my website. I'm gonna put. Let me put it down here. I can put it somewhere up here, right after. Where up? Let me put it in a banner. Wrong one. All right, let me edit it. Edit. Let me put one on. You can get one at www.storefields.com. There you go. If you want, you can just go right to this website right now and learn about it. This is a really great way for you to start making some extra cash. Don't let them fool you any further. You can start making some cash. You can be your own bank. You could be. It's so much stuff that they have lied to us and told us about that you need to really start paying attention. That's all I gotta start paying attention. You want to start making some money? So you can start getting yourself prepared for this big crash that's about to happen. Go to this website, www.doingfields.com/live good, and just check it out. See if it's something that might resonate with you. I'm about to